How's it going, guys? Indiana John here, and today, today I am trying to put new bearings in this Leland Gifford drill press. Yeah, it's a sweet machine. It's a really sweet machine. It has a dovetail way for the table, which is awesome, and a dovetail way for the spindle height, which is something that was standard for like every drill press. And then I was gonna say, and then column drills came around, and then it's not common anymore. But that's a column drill from the 1890s, and it has an older brother from the 1880s that you probably can't see, but it's messy, so you don't need to see that right now. And those are both column drills, but they have a T-slot thing for this type of a spindle to move up and down on. Same with Big Ed has a T-slot thing for the spindle height to be adjusted on, but this one has dovetail ways on both, which is super cool. And I haven't made it yet, but this originally had a treadle, so you could drill with your foot, which is just the coolest thing ever. I think that treadles and pedals and like things that you step on are just super cool because most of the time you need three hands, and being able to use your feet for more than just standing is like super great. I actually put a foot pedal on Big Ed, the big dual spindle drill press over there for the speed, or for the motor switch. But anyways, someday I'm gonna make it connects to this, and there's like I don't know if you can see that, but it's got a third of a gear with a bushing on that pivot, and it's a pretty good action there. And then there's like a hole in the side of this that goes down. There's a hole down there, and that's where the pedal goes. But I need to make one. But I'm supposed to be fixing the bearings in this, and the old ones were wicked crunchy, and I thought I'll just get some new bearings and put them in. And I got this whole kit. There's 600 minus the ones I put in there. I think there's 16 in this. This was a 600 ball bearing set with different fractional sizes, and it was like $12 shipped, which is so cool. And it's like in a cool little sorter with Ziplocs, thankfully, because I dropped it, and they all flopped onto the table, but they're in Ziploc baggies, so it didn't matter. Anyways, back to the machine. It's a cool machine, but the chuck has had so much play. It's not good at all. And so I wanted to put better bearings in it, but the ball bearings are good, but the race that the ball bearings ride in is not super great. And I don't have mini spanner wrenches, so I have to use drill bits. But I need another. Well, that'll do. Can an 1/8" hex? No, it cannot. Nope. Cannot fit in an 1/8" hole, obviously. But can a 7/64 hex fit nicely in an 1/8" hole? Kinda can. Nope. Alright, I'm gonna go get another drill bit from right over here. Okay. So right now I'm adjusting I want to call it the preload on the bearings. I don't know what you'd call it. The load on the bearings? I don't know. Tension. Yeah. And there's jam nuts, which is pretty typical for a spindle. And it's not, it's a little more crunchy than I would like it to be. I don't know. I think it's gonna be. Whew. That was startling. I totally thought that snapped. Wow. It caught the light just right. Yeah, I should make little spanner wrenches, but I'm not gonna do that. Hope I didn't bend these. Yeah, I don't know. That's probably not a great practice. But believe it or not, this is not the first time that I've used drill bits as a spanner for working on a spindle. I've done that 2 other times, both on Gorton 3U pantograph spindles, which are surprisingly, ooh, whoa, woo, yikes. They're surprisingly tricky to take apart, but I've done it, and if you need to do it and you need help figuring out how to take them apart, send me an email and I'll send you some pictures. You need a very specific spanner. Yeah, but drill bits and a vise work. Anyways, I was just thinking about lowering the table a little bit more to get this in, but the table, there's no stop on this dovetail way or this dovetail way. And I've been meaning to add one because it would be not good if this fell off that, and it almost is, it's hanging over the edge. There's a like a split clamp type of lock. Does it move a gib? I don't know. I think it pulls the gib in, which is cool. Pantograph knees often lock the same way. I guess a lot of things lock with moving a gib. That's probably like the way. Yeah, that's like the way that gibs typically, or that dovetails lock in place by moving the gib. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to take that. Ooh, I'm going to put that on. Boink. And then, what's the way to do this? Not like that. There we go. I think that's, in a perfect world, that would go and it would like spin like a top, but this is a cursed world. It's not doing that. Alrighty. Oop. I gotta find the thing that I cannot see. Oh, that's cool. Alright, alright. Oh, did I do it that easily? So there's a key, and I think that the same key is used for this pulley and transmitting power from this shaft to this shaft, which is pretty cool. Ooh, I was trying to lower it, but not that much. I'm hoping it's not a woodruff key that is rotated, because that would be, oh yeah, sweet. Oh yeah. Oh, ha, duh. Nope, that's not my problem. Well, maybe that's my problem. So there's a bunch of different things happening kind of at the same time. There's yeah, that was it. Oh man. Oh man. Maybe I could, no. So there's a gib screw. Gib screw? Yeah. A grub screw. Sorry, grub screw. I knew it didn't sound right. Not a set screw. Set screws have a hex socket. Grub screws have a flathead slot. And then, oh yeah! Okay, cool. Sweet! That grub screw pushes a little, it's a key, but it's a sliding key, which is cool. And it pushes it into a groove on the spindle housing, and that groove terminates on the top and bottom. And when this grub screw is tightened, it pushes and it locks the key into that little slot, which is a cool thing for making sure that your spindle doesn't fall out of the machine. Although I distinctly remember that it went further than where it's going right now. Oh, it was just stuck on a thing. Right there is where I want it. Okie-dokie. If I had a 1/4-20 screw, I could just put that on there and that wouldn't fall out, but I don't. Okay, so now it's time for this guy. Look at that. Isn't that just a cool thing? It's so cool. There's like a plunger that's spring-loaded that locks in place with a grub screw here. There's a thumb screw that locks the crank handle there. There's this thing that does that here. And this gear is what this guy, can you see that? Yeah, I think so. What this guy rides on when you're using the pedal. That's what that gear's for. And this gear is what pushes the spindle up and down. And then there's this shoulder portion, and then a woodruff key and a thread on the end. And it's like just this mechanical marvel. And I don't know what year this is from, but I'm guessing, what was I going to guess? Like 1910-ish. That's my guess. Yeah, and that's pretty much right there. Well, yeah, vertical. Beautiful. Whoa, ho, ho. That was close. Ooh, and check this out. I can put that on. I have to go down a ways. Why are you not? Normally that just listen, pal. I'm the boss. Nope. Yeah. But that doesn't do what I wanted it to do. That's funny. Nope. Now this is stupid. Okay. Let's see. I guess I should do this part now. I'm thankful that didn't pop out and punch me in the face. Or the camera for that matter. Okay, so that's on. This is up. Boy, that's a good fit. This is up. That needs to slide onto that key. Oh, this is tricky. Back to that whole like having 3 hands thing. That would be very helpful right now to have an extra hand. If I slide this out of here, how much trouble am I in? Let's find out. That's where my key is. My key. And that's where, oh, well, there's your problem. We need it to be like so. Yeah, something like that. Slide that back on there. So the thing that I wanted to do initially, the reason I started taking this apart was this guy. I wanted to put more tension on it because it wasn't retracting the spindle back up by itself. And I had to manually spin the handle to lift the spindle back up after drilling. And I was like, that's dumb. It has a spring. It should just lift it. And then I ended up doing all this other stuff. But I'm now here, and it turns out that all of that the thing that I was trying to do, I couldn't figure it out until I had it fully apart, but it turns out that there's a grub screw right there, and that grub screw locks onto this guy, and this guy, it's such a simple thing. You just loosen that grub screw, it's knurled, and you just spin it, and that's how you set the tension for the return. Bam, now that's on there. I didn't clean this washer, but that's okay. It's going like that. This fella is going like that. And then now, after all of that work, I'm going to drop it. And it's going to fall out in the bearings. No, that's not going to happen. Now I don't remember which way. Yep, that's the way to do it. So you just kind of wow. Should I go wicked tight? No, I don't want to bash it when it closes. So it's a grub screw, and that grub screw is actually supposed to go into. There's like 4 indexed holes on this guy. You should stay on there. And I don't know how to find them. I don't want to just ram the screw into the side of this guy. But I can't like, maybe I should have a, that's what I'll do. Okay, I'm going to regret this. This is harder. Well, I don't know. I think I'm going to take the screw out, drop it, and lose it. No, I'm going to take the screw out, and then that is going to be hard. I'm going to use this nice handy-dandy pin, and I'm going to just rotate. All right, there it is. Is that too far? I think so. So I need to rotate back to right there. Okay. Right there. Let me check it again. Now that feels, no, that's good. Okay. Now I need to figure out how to make sure that that pin, it's a grub screw with a shouldered pin on the end. I gotta figure out how to make that go into the hole in, oh, sweet. Got it. Nailed it. First try. Boink. I feel like it shouldn't do that. Check out this handle. There's a weird diagonal threaded goober up funky thing there that the thumb screw kind of goes into. And I don't really like it because, I don't know, because of reasons. Yes, but that guy. The types of things that you can learn about mechanical engineering from disassembling and reassembling, or attempting to reassemble, machines is pretty cool. You can learn a lot. Like the counterweight of a drill press handle is a factor to consider when preloading the return spring on a drill press spindle. Sometimes, usually it isn't a factor because there's there's typically 3 or 4 crank levers, those guys. But this only has one. I totally thought I was going to hit myself in the face. This only has one, which is kind of weird. but whatever. But yeah, I guess I have to put that one more, the notch where it was. Is it that way? It is that way. All right. So even though I got that in the indexed hole in the thingamabob, I gotta take it out and go to the next one. There it is. There. Is that right where you already were? Probably. That pin's got over there. Alrighty. I'm sorry if you guys can't see any of what's going on. I'm still very new to, not new, but I'm very, not inexperienced, well, kind of inexperienced. Unadept to filming. Yeah. I'm a pantographer, not a videographer, as I say. Doink. Really, that's still not enough. What do you want? Is this important? What is? Cool. Blade Show Airbnb group chats. Buzzing. Okay. One more notch. One more notch. But you guys don't need to see that. Yeah, you do. Watched this long. Alrighty. Maybe. Maybe nobody did. Maybe nobody did. And I'm just talking to myself. Wouldn't be the first time. Wouldn't be the last. There it is. I'm gonna just go. Give the beans, go all the way. Alrighty. How's that? Did I land on a spot? That is pretty cool. I just twisted it a bunch and it landed on one of the 4 indexed holes. Man, I went 2 notches, I think. Yeah, 2 notches because this was over there. What? Alright, is this thing too tight? Is this too tight? This is a really cool thing. You guys come over and check this out. Look at this guy. Can you see? Let me see how you can see. That's how you can see. Okay. This whole thing is like a split clamp that is, it's actually a lot like a die. Let me see. Alrighty. Like one of these dies. And the way these work is there's a little, oh, that's a grub screw too. That's funny. There's a grub screw inside there. And when you turn that screw, you're actually, the threads are on this side, not this side. You'd think it's over here, and turning it would tighten it, but the threads are over here. So when you turn it, it actually stretches it open. And it's convenient for dies because sometimes, come on, brain. Sometimes the diameter is that you're trying to put threads on is too big, and if you were to do the threads all in one pass, that would be too much torque. So you can tighten that screw, which effectively loosens the die by like stretching it open, and then you can do threads, and then you undo that screw, and then that makes it smaller. Anyways, it's a cool mechanism. It's like a split clamp, but it's the opposite. And this has these guys, which these are threaded on the other side, and you can loosen them and then adjust the location, or adjust the actual gap. This guy, this has threads on this side, and when you do this, come on, get in there. When you tighten this, I think I could see that, but I'm not sure. But that pushes that gap. Whoops, sorry about that. That pushes that gap wider, and that makes it loose. So right now there's a wiggle, So what you do is you back off of this thing. There's still some wiggle. Alright, now I think it's time to tighten these guys. You got to kind of do them in conjunction with each other. Tighten those, and when you tighten them, that's bottoming out on that screw. It's just a really cool mechanical thing. Let me go a little bit further. Yeah. And then this is what I was talking about earlier. There's that slot, and this guy, which pushes a little key type of thing into that. And the reason that this doesn't just go into that is because this spins. And in order to fit a spinning thing into a slot, the end of the spinning thing needs to, I know it's a screw, it's a grub screw, but it can be other things that spin. The end of it would have to be a pin, and that would just snap off because it's small. But if you have a pin, if you have a screw pushing like, it's pretty much a flathead screwdriver bit inside there. So when you tighten this, even though you're twisting it, it's not twisting the screwdriver bit. It's just pushing it in and out. Yeah. Yeah, do you see that? Also, this guy should just not, I don't know what's, oh, there we go. It was just me. Just me. Okay. I don't know why it's so gummy, maybe? Maybe there's just nasty oil or lack of oil. There is this port. I use Marvel Mystery Oil for a lot of things. Oops. Lots of things. Yep. Okay. Ooh, I don't think I showed you guys this yet. That's something it's not 100% done, but I just about finished that today. Copper spacers. Cool little thing. Yeah, I think that's good enough. It's a sweet little machine. It's super fun. Very interesting mechanism for adjusting the speed. You slide that. You can put this on a different. Yeah, you put this on different pulleys, and then slide that forwards and lock that. Oh, that way locks it. Yeah, cool thing. Yep. Someday I'll do. Oops. I'll do a video. Left Lucy. There we go. Someday I'll do a video on making a treadle for it. Wow, half an hour almost. Sorry. Thanks for watching if you did. Yeah. Man, I wish that was. It's smooth, but it's not. I think I'm gonna rotate that spring one notch tighter. I didn't like how hard it was wailing up on there, but anyways, I'll do a video on making a treadle for it someday in the future. Yeah, treadles are cool. I made one for a vise, treadle vise, but I didn't do a video. Yeah, all right, that's all. Thanks for watching. Yeah, if there's any spindles that you're intimidated to disassemble and work on and mess around with, do it anyways, and just be careful. Have a clean area to work on, ideally. use grease and oil liberally. Just I'm gonna put a bunch more in this. Yeah, that's all. If you get stuck, message somebody or who knows who has messed around with spindles, or look on forums and stuff. You can do it. You can do it. All right, that's all. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.